what the greatest thing about sports is? You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City. Talking sports and pop culture. Tony, good morning.
I'm here. I am back. I mean, y'all just get used to my face. I'll be here a couple more times.
Of course. And we're live from the Kaufman School for Ishmael Wainwright's basketball camp, a part of the Winning Circle weekend. It's their second annual weekend.
And it's a really, really nice turnout. TJ, he was a part of the earlier session that was for the younger kiddos. But I mean, this gym has been packed since I walked in.
It has. And you think about just all of the youth that are looking up to these older basketball players. And I was talking to someone earlier, and just the fact that this wasn't a thing when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the pro players, and at least when I was in high school, didn't come back and put on camps.
Right. And I mean, it's a lot of them. They went through a line and they introduced themselves. So it's pretty cool to kind of like hear their journey, the high school they went to, the college they went to, if they played NBA or overseas professionally. But a lot of them are now back here in Kansas City and they're head coaches at a lot of the high schools here. So it's really cool to see like these kids here, they have access.
And they have a whole weekend lined up full of events, which yesterday they had the celebrity basketball game, which happened at Pembroke Hill High School today. As we're here now for the Ishmael Skills Academy basketball camp featuring Shaquille Harrison. So Ishmael, of course, played for a couple of teams in the league, more currently the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Shaquille Harrison played for the Lakers and a few other teams around the league. They're both veterans. And then tomorrow you'll have Lincoln College Preparatory Academy. You'll have Winter Circle Elite Football Camp.
Yeah.
That's with Charles Harris. And, of course, we all know a friend of the show, Ronnie Bell, and some other folks. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely been a winning circle for the past couple of days. Now, the celebrity basketball, were you a part of that?
I was not a part of that, but you know what? And I'm glad. I'm kind of happy I was not. And you know why? Because I know a bunch of people that have played.
Okay.
Since they've been out of high school, college, or whatever. And it hasn't ended so well for them.
Oh.
A lot of injuries, and I'm not trying to be injured.
Okay. So what you're saying is a lot of these celebrity basketball games, they come back and they think that, they're their youth.
Yeah.
That the knees are still working or whatnot. They go up for that layup. They come down like, ooh.
Of course.
Where's the Epsom salt?
Of course.
So you said, I'll sit this one out.
I'm sitting this one out.
Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that.
Golf is my thing now.
Understood. You can drive a cart.
Yep.
To where you need to go.
That ain't right.
Take your swing. Get back in the car.
Golf never fails.
Safe.
All right, we have a lot to talk about today on the show. We're talking Bo Jackson, of course. He'll be back in Kansas City today, 3 p.m. The Royals are inducting his jersey into their Hall of Fame. Yeah,
now I understand he played 5 of his 8 years in the Major League Baseball with the Royals.
Yep.
And he was named MVP?
Named MVP.
Okay.
He went to All-Star games and everything. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Of course, Lakers, Bronny James, since we're here talking basketball, Bronny James and LeBron James, they're teammates.
I mean, it has been a hot topic I just feel like all across the board. So we'll get into that too.
Of course. And then the KC Current, they had some news. Now they've broken a record. They've been undefeated.
They keep breaking a record. I mean, they broke a record on opening day just with the stadium itself.
And have you been to the stadium?
I have.
Yeah.
But I have to get down to the pitch. I was only up in the, where the
VIP sit. That's because
I was going to say where the restaurants were, some of the vendors, but I'll take VIP. I'll take that V over vendor. Okay, I like it.
All right, and we'll talk NFL. They're being sued. They're going to be out of $4 billion.
Well, hey, we'll get to it.
Line my pockets with some money. All right, Missouri governor says that the state will put together some money so they can try to keep the Chiefs.
You know what? The Chiefs are right where they want to be right now.
All right. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on The W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, Bo Jackson, multisport athlete, superstar, getting inducted to the Royals Hall of Fame. So Jackson is currently an American professional athlete who's been named an all-star in 2 major sports and is finally getting his Hall of Fame induction, recognizing his one-of-a-kind professional career 30 years after playing his final game in Kansas City.
You know, I mean, I feel like once a Royal, always a Royal. I feel like we're finding that a lot of the guys who had some type of connection or association with the Royals team, they're like, I want to retire a Royals. So I love that.
You know what? I feel like it's long overdue.
Yes.
To me, Bo Jackson is, I still think Serena Williams is the greatest athlete of all time. Bo Jackson is right there.
Okay.
Like I still not, and I'm not just being a homer because he played in Kansas City.
Sure.
But to me, Bo Jackson, from what he did for playing football and then going to playing baseball as well, and did both at a high level.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Bo, he had like a phenomenal throw against like one of the fastest players.
Yeah. And from center field.
Okay.
He the thing about Bo Jackson is people underestimated him just because they felt like he was a football player.
Okay.
Or they just called him an athlete,
Sure.
not really a baseball player. But he could hit, he could throw. He had one that same game. He caught a ball in center field and ran up the wall. That was like he's famous for that too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find that play because I mean, you know, of course, I play softball, so I'm just trying to envision everything. Center field, ran up a wall.
Yeah, literally ran up the wall, ran back down after he caught the pass.
Okay, is he Spider-Man? Maybe we need to add that to his resume because, you know, I see a wall coming. I'm like, I'm just go ahead and let that one drop.
So if you guys are watching us, listening to us in your car, remember you can go out. There are still tickets available. I believe the ceremony starts at 2 p.m. So you have time to go out there, and then the actual game starts at 3. So go out there and see Bo get inducted.
Yeah, and then afterwards you can watch the Royals take on the Cleveland Guardians.
Cleveland Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Royals, they're playing 4 games in the series. They're 2-0 in the series right now. So they need the Cleveland Guardians to beat them and win this series because the Royals right now are trailing the Guardians in the American League Central.
So, wait, say that one more time?
They're trailing the Guardians. So the Guardians, I don't have the record in front of me, but they're, I believe, 6 games ahead of the Royals right now in the standings in the league.
So we need to win this series.
They do.
Okay, all right, Royals, you know what you got to do.
They do.
Knock it out of the park, literally.
For sure. All right, talking some basketball. Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James, son of LeBron James, with a number 55 pick. What do you think about this?
You know, this has been honestly a hot topic leading up to the draft. And now that it has happened, it's going to be a continuing hot topic. But I say congratulations, Bronny. And
Okay.
So Steve was like,
I wasn't expecting that. But okay.
Really? Okay. Well, this is obviously I don't follow basketball a whole lot, but from what I've read, it doesn't sound like this class was like a standout anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
And then also too, I feel like Bronny already has the odds stacked up against him because of, first of all, who his dad is. And I don't feel like he's been able to shine in the capacity that he probably could have because of the health condition that he had.
Of course.
So, I mean, listen, he got there. Now he just has to do the work.
I agree with that. My thing about Bronny is the fact that, and I'm not knocking the nepotism because it goes on in any walk of life, whether it's regular business. There's a lot that happens in corporate America. There's a lot that happens in sports, especially the NBA. And for Bronny to be selected is one thing. Great, right? But for him to be selected to his dad's team,
okay,
what did LeBron have to give up for that? Like,
he's a free agent right now, right? Technically.
technically he can opt out. He could have opted out before the draft, so now he's locked into the deal that he signed. He signed an extension back in April, I believe it was April or May, that would secure him there for 2 years. But he had he was able to opt out before the draft happened on Wednesday, June 26th, which was my birthday. But we'll get to that.
Happy birthday!
And now they've selected Bronny, and they're going to be teammates. Yeah. And it's like, what did Bron have to give up for that? Because there could have been some other teams that could have taken Bronny, but he goes to the Lakers at the 55 pick.
Okay, so let's bring in your son.
Mm-hmm.
You have, paved the way. You've trailblazed. You're like an iconic legend, and then to have the opportunity to play with your son.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you may have to give up, regardless of maybe how many years he may play, would you just want to have that experience, that moment with your child?
I would. However, I'd like him to have longevity in the league. And Bronny hasn't shown, at least to me, that he's one of the best players in the world. Like, you got to be top 1% of the 1%. And I don't feel like he's the top 1% of the 1%. There's some other guys who aren't in the league that I feel like should be in the league.
Okay.
And for Bronny to get that shot, I'm not mad. Now, put to the side everything I always say about LeBron. I put all that to the side. I'm just thinking that Bronny, had he shown that he was one of the top college basketball players in America, of course, yeah, I'm all for it. But since he's not that, and he hasn't shown that, I can't get behind him being one of the 55 best players to be selected.
How many get selected overall?
So there's 61 guys again. So he was almost the last of the last. And you get the Lakers. So there's 55 other guys that went ahead of him in the first round. So he was second round.
Okay.
And all the first round guys are guaranteed contracts, guaranteed money. So
technically this isn't even guaranteed. He's made the team, but he could be cut.
Yeah. I mean, that gets to my other point. Bronny's rich. His daddy's rich. So he can take these chances, whereas other guys can't.
Okay.
Now I get it. It's all situational, right? Like, he can't be fought because of how he was born. He was born rich,
right?
Or I guess it was before, but basically he's born a millionaire.
Yeah.
And you get other guys that struggle to try to make it to the NBA, and you get guys that have to leave because of, I got to pay mama's phone bill, or I got to pay mama's whatever, and I need the money.
Yeah.
Bronny didn't need the money. So if he doesn't make the team, he's still going to be rich.
Yeah. So
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a trial. I can't say it's a trial and error, but it's like,
But now
if I
that
don't
he
make
has
it, it
been
doesn't matter.
drafted, he can't go back and play college ball,
No, he
right?
can't go back. You can go back and play college golf or baseball.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe he'll be a bow in the making. Go play another sport. Well, yeah, it's definitely been a hot topic. But I mean, all of the kind of like when you break it down like that, obviously it can appear like unfair.
Yeah.
Unfair to those who maybe had the better stats and things like that. I do think it's a marketing,
Oh,
situation.
they marketed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about just his agent, Rich Paul, who also represents LeBron, who also just happens to be, LeBron's friend.
Yeah.
Best friend.
Yeah.
You think about how they marketed the whole thing. Oh, well, Bronny isn't going to work out for any other teams other than the Lakers and the Suns. So did they know something beforehand?
Right.
That's my whole thing. It's like, all right, y'all did this, and you knew from the time that LeBron spoke into existence. So, hey, I want to play with my son. He knew this was going to happen. It could have been when LeBron said, when he came from Cleveland to the Lakers, hey, I want you guys to draft my son. This was, 4 or 5 years ago.
So you think this has been like
in the making
for more than?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Just like Bronny, do what you got to do, and I'm going to make sure I do hold up my end of the bargain. And Lakers is like, I'll hold up my end of the bargain. That's why I'm like, we don't know what LeBron gave up for this.
Okay. I mean, he rich too, so.
Exactly.
I'll give up a meal. I got others.
True.
So.
True. Now they'll join 3 other father-son duos. They're the first to do it in the NBA. They'll join Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr., of course, who played Major League Baseball. They'll join Tim Raines and Sr. and Tim Raines Jr. And they'll also join a couple of NHL guys.
It looks like we got a guest that has walked up. He's been waiting for his moment to shine. I mean, since we was putting everything together, he is here. Quentin, how are you?
I'm one of the originals too. I'm one of the originals.
The originals of
the W show.
Well, what happened? Why are you not here no more?
Got a little busy.
He's coaching now.
You know,
you are
coaching now.
Coaching,
of course,
and,
he's
and
coaching.
Playing and just getting a little busy. But you know, every time I got a chance, I always come back and show love to my W radio station crew.
All right, well, I love that. Well, this is the second year for the Winner's Circle weekend. Tell us a little bit about your role in everything that's happening.
Just giving back some of the information and knowledge that I've taken in over my playing career, and trying to put it back into the youth and getting them to be able to just understand the game. You know, IQ is everything these days when it comes to basketball, and just teaching them that, you know, confidence is key. We got a lot of confidence issues these days. And I mean, just trying to be the best role model that I could possibly be, you know, showing them that, you know, you can be from an urban area and still be able to be successful at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Now, a lot of you guys have grown up in Kansas City, going on to play professional. Just talk about being a youth, if you can remember back to when you were in high school, because this is the high school session right now. How many guys, and Tony and I talked about it earlier, there weren't many guys that you can remember that came back and actually put on a camp of this magnitude.
Not like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 7, 8, 9 to 10 guys in here that's actually played professional ball or Division I ball. And I mean, it's just amazing, you know.
Right.
I'm just proud to be a part of it. You know, every chance I get with camps and clinics like this, I always want to be one of those guys that come back and do it, because like you said, I remember us growing up and it just wasn't there. I mean, I don't think that the guys older than us didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it just wasn't the opportunity just wasn't there for them to do it.
True.
Like, you know
True.
what I mean? So.
And I was just trying to remember back to the guys. I mean, if you think about just like Anthony Peeler, he was more closer to our parents' age to where it was like, all right, he was kind of disconnected a little bit.
I think that plays a bigger part in it as well. We didn't really have a lot of guys that played D1 and played pro ball. Now you got more players, which means you got more opportunities for guys to come back and do that.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah. Now, how important, especially living in the society of social media and everything that you see on social media when it comes to celebrities, it isn't always cracked up what it is to be. So how important is it to have these type of camps to where the guys have access to you and they can also see that you all are human, you're giving back to the community, and just like he said, like, you're here from Kansas City and you can make it too.
I mean, it's good that they can touch, you know, they can see, they can touch it, what they see on TV and what they see on the social medias, on the social media platform. Now you get to interact with these guys that you see, and you see them on TV, they playing in the NBA, be like, oh my gosh, you played with Devin Booker, or he played with LeBron, or you know what I'm saying? And then they get to talk to you and see that we're just normal people just like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that means that, hey, listen, you can do exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If you put the work in that you're supposed to put in and keep being positive, staying out of trouble, going to class, doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah. You can be right here standing in the same shoes as I'm in.
Absolutely.
And talk about the different stations that they have going on right
now. So right now they're doing the one-on-one station. So they're doing one-on-one. Basically, it's a drill where you work on your one-on-one moves. You know, you're always gonna need one-on-one moves, no matter what. You know, any time at the point of the game, you'll need one-on-one moves. So just to not make it, crazy, we got a 3 dribble maximum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you got 3 dribbles. You know what I mean? Get to your spot, get your shot off. Don't want to dribble the shot clock out the ball. So that's what they're doing right now. We're probably doing some more competition stuff coming up soon, like some 5-on-5 and stuff like that.
Okay. We don't want to take up too much more of your time, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. You know, every chance I get, I'll be here.
Yeah.
Thanks, nice to meet an original. You know, I feel so honored to be with an original.
Once you get you a Christmas, what was the Christmas things we had? The faces that we have with the Santa hat.
Yeah.
When you get you a Santa hat, come holler at me.
Okay, I will. I'm climbing. I'm still climbing. Yeah.
To have you on staff.
Well, thank you.
All right, yeah. So you think about just as he was talking about just the different stations that they have. Some of these kids don't even get this in high school.
No, and I was talking to my son again. He did the earlier session with the smaller kiddos, and we turned around and obviously, what they have planned for the high school versus what they had planned for the middle school. Night and day, right?
Really? How did he enjoy it?
He enjoyed it. I looked up and they was hyping him up. And I was like, oh shoot, I missed it because I'm like looking at all the different stations, right? Yeah. But some of the drills here, I don't think I've ever seen. And I went to high school with some of these people out here. Yeah. But I've never seen the drills that they're doing here. And this is like some top level collegiate professional type of training that you're going to get at this camp.
For sure. And back to the headlines. The KC Current breaks the NWSL record with 17-game unbeaten streak. So the Kansas City Current continued their unbeaten streak yesterday after they started the season 2-0 from last year. Yeah. And now they're 17-game unbeaten streak.
I love this for them. And I feel like they have just been like breaking records and setting the standard from the very, very beginning. And I just love that Kansas City has gotten behind the Kansas City Current and supported them because for me, like soccer, this is kind of like a new sport for me. But I love it. Yeah. I love the atmosphere. I love that they're undefeated. And also, too, I think I saw that they finally got a ball kicked into the river.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Okay, so there we are. Just breaking more records.
And you know what? It's crazy because when you think about just how the stadium was built and it's directly on the river. Yeah. And they've been waiting on this shot to go from inside of the stadium to be kicked outside of the stadium into the Missouri River. And I believe we have that footage. We'll pull it up in just a second. But for them to still be unbeaten, and it's professional sports. Yeah. That just doesn't happen going from one season to another. Let's see the kick.
Wait a minute. That could go. That might get out. Did it hit the river? It's out of the venue. This has been a long-awaited milestone in Kansas City.
There's the attempt and the excitement that you have for that to get to the river caught me off guard.
I'm living in a van down by the river.
Yeah, and the ball was actually floating in the Missouri River. They had to go get it.
Really? Yeah. I think, that needs to be like game ball. That needs to be like signed, frame.
And I was wondering, I'm like, how did they retrieve the ball? They have to have already
had someone
like, hey, you the ball getter. Go get that ball.
Dang. Imagine I need the footage of them going to go retrieve the ball.
I do too.
So please, if you have that, send that to us. We would like to see.
All right, so the NFL loses Sunday ticket trial, ordered to pay $4 billion, and that's with the big B.
Big B.
By federal jury. So the NFL has been ordered to pay $4.7 billion in residential class damages and $96 million in commercial damages by federal jury in a class action lawsuit filed against the league by subscribers to NFL Sunday Ticket. And the verdict was reported by journalist Megan Cuniff on Thursday.
Now, I feel like there's just been a lot of different tickets that you have to purchase when it comes to watching a football game. So remind me of this particular Sunday Ticket.
So the Sunday Ticket started in 1991 and went on through 2001. And basically what it was is, let's just say you're in Kansas City and your favorite team is the Detroit Lions. You weren't able to find a Detroit Lions game. So DirecTV, you had to purchase, which was it started at $395.
My goodness.
And went all the way up to the upwards of $500-$600, depending on how many games you wanted throughout the season.
And this is just to watch that particular team. This isn't even access to all the teams in the league.
Well, if you wanted all the teams in the league,
then the
price went up.
My goodness.
Yep. So there was a sports bar that actually initially filed this lawsuit, and what their argument was like, all right, during that time frame, we should have been able to have more NFL games. There shouldn't have been like a monopoly.
Sure.
That you guys withhold games showing in our area. And that's exactly what they did.
Oh wow! So what are your thoughts on some of the tickets that we have now? Like Amazon has what Thursday night? I think.
Yeah, Thursday night football. Netflix will also be getting ready to showcase some live sports too. I think they're getting a Christmas Day game or something crazy like that. I feel like there's so many ways to watch content of football, watch sports in general. I mean, you have YouTube TV, you have Hulu, who what's the thing, has live sports, right? Like that was the commercial. Then you have it's not called Sunday Ticket anymore, but NFL Network has their own. It's called like Game Pass or Red Sunday or whatever. And then there's so many other options.
But do you pay like a monthly, like Netflix, we play what? They've upped it, $16.99 or something like that.
You pay my Netflix. Oh, no, I pay for Netflix. I'm just playing.
I know they're going to be like, where is he located at?
But yeah, so like you get NFL Sunday Ticket, is what it's called now. And I believe it's like $30, but you can get it within YouTube TV. So it's an additional $30 on top of the $70 that you pay. So if you want other shows like Showtime or HBO, Cinemax, all those, you have to pay
for those
more.
Particular those channels.
Yep.
All right. Well, it sounds like if you want to watch, at this point, you might as well get you a ticket and go see the game in person.
Yeah, you should. I mean, and the crazy thing about it is this lawsuit is because it's like a copyright type thing. It's a tamper or like within that law, so that $4 billion can be tripled.
Gotcha.
So it ends up being $12 billion. And so the NFL, they're able to take it to the Supreme Court, and this could be one of those things that can be drawn out for many years. But if they have to pay out $12 billion, it's going to go to restaurants and bars and also be divvied out through consumers who purchased. And my thing is, how are they going to remember or how are they going to know who purchased? That I don't know if they have the subscriber
this
account
is through
or
direct TV.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would imagine that those records are still accessible,
you
especially
think so? From 91.
Well, if it's going through direct TV, so you think like they delete accounts after so many years?
I would if they're smart. If they smart,
they probably said, "Oh, we have a lawsuit. Let me go ahead and phone such and such. Get rid of these.
Hopefully,
records."
my name can be slid in there.
So you didn't have DirecTV?
No, never.
You had
Time
Warner.
I did have DirecTV. This was in 2001. I actually watched the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys on.
At this point, DirecTV said, "Listen, we already know he's making up stuff."
Yeah, it's all
he didn't
good.
find it under his dad's name.
All right, the Missouri governors, they're putting together a package. They're saying that they're going to put together the best deal they can to keep the Kansas City Chiefs. So after the governor of Kansas signed a bill into legislation that would finance most of the costs for stadiums for both the Chiefs and the Royals to move out of Missouri over to Kansas, the Missouri governor, Mike Parsons, said earlier yesterday that the state has committed to keeping the two teams.
Well, I feel like if that is how they felt, they should have started with that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I do think that it's just going to be very important to listen to the people of Jackson County. If that is what they're wanting to do, then obviously what the people were asking for, that fell on deaf ears. Yeah. And that's why it didn't go through the first time. So I think if Governor Parson is really serious about his commitment to keeping both of the teams, then they need to find a way to work with the residents, the fans, because obviously it was some type of disconnect, and that's why the bill didn't get voted in the first place.
And the crazy thing is, why did it have, like you said, why did it have to come to this point?
Yeah.
For Kansas, the state of Kansas, to say, all right, we'll build y'all stadiums, and y'all don't have to pay anything.
Because now it's a pride thing.
Yeah, of course.
That's exactly what it is. That it is a pride thing. Because I mean, they would still be the Kansas City Chiefs.
They would.
Obviously, that works in our favor.
Would they? Because it's the state of Kansas, so they could go to Overland Park. They could go to, anywhere in Johnson County. Only way that it would, I would say them to still be called the Kansas City Chiefs is if they went to Wyandotte County.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are assuming that they're going to go move to Wyandotte County, which is over the Legends area where they have all that land, which is still Kansas City, Kansas.
Right. So, okay, to that point, if they were to go the Legends route, then obviously we can still say Kansas City. They think we live in Kansas anyway, and we always have to correct them. This is Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, but I do think it is a pride thing right now, and that's why all of a sudden they're like, let's find a way.
Yeah.
The people have been trying to talk to y'all for months upon months upon months, and they didn't get the message across. So I do think if they want to keep the both teams in Kansas City, regardless if it's Jackson County, up north, what have you, I do think that they're going to have to listen to the people, the taxpayers.
And the thing about it is like, all right, well, they've come out and said this. The governor, Mike Parsons, come out and said this, but just how much money are you going to put?
Right.
Because Kansas, they're willing to fund the whole thing. So I don't want the governor to say and just throw pennies at this thing.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's still about, and that was the whole argument from the citizen, the people of Jackson County is like, all right, we don't want to pay these taxes. So the way that the Kansas has done it is like, all right, the stadium is going to pay the taxes back. We'll fund it, and the stadium will put the money back into the
so it's almost
kitty,
like they're getting an advance, and they're going to pay it back, and it's not going to fall on the. Of course. I mean, that's
Missouri has lost one team already.
Yeah.
And the Rams, who are now in St. Louis, because they didn't want to put the money up to build a new stadium.
Right.
So I don't feel like the city or the state can afford to lose another team.
Oh, especially
Two
not
teams.
Especially not now. I think if one had to go, I think a lot of people would be like, okay, Royals, like, love y'all, but we'll get that Sunday pass. We'll go ahead and pay for that. But as of right now, like, the Chiefs are the hottest thing going right now. So to lose them, regardless if it's now or whenever the contract is up, still to lose them right now, like, that will be really bad for Kansas City.
And it's funny you say that because it's like you put it to one got to go. All right, you got the Royals, you got the Chiefs, Sporting KC Kern, one got to go.
One got to go. Everybody like, you know what? We love y'all, but we can love y'all from a distance.
Yeah.
Our Royals peeps, but yeah. But
Royals can go over to KCK. No matter to me. Still KC.
That's how I feel too. It is still KC. However, it does feel good when you are talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and you go places and they're like, "Where are you from?"
KC.
And I'm like, "I'm from KC, home of the back-to-back now."
Yeah, for sure.
Back-to-back winning Super Bowl champ. So it is a pride thing for sure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll dive into more of our headlines and get to our Hater Love It segment. Plus, we'll have more guests. We're broadcasting live right here from the Winner's Circle Skills Academy basketball camp, Kaufman Schools, with NBA veteran Ishmael Wainwright and Shaquille Harrison. We'll be right back. It's the W Show.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at KCWeSpin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com, exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors. Classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Oh, you like that?
I do, But I thought you was gonna hit us with a little bit of "They Not Like Us." I think you played that a couple of weeks ago.
I did.
Yeah.
It's on here somewhere.
Okay.
I gotta switch it up every now and again.
Listen, are you a DJ too? Because he was over here with the buttons.
I lead as a DJ Q. Shout out to Q.
Okay.
Q had a couple weddings today, so he won. Basketball is his thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh man, I'm mad.
He booked him busy, but it is wedding season.
It is.
It is wedding season. Like
I told you, I'm the crasher. Just tell me when to pull up for the reception.
And that's probably why he doesn't tell you. Yeah. He said, "Let me turn off my location."
Of course. Sorry. So Serena and Venus, they walked the runway at the 2024 Vogue World in Paris. So Serena and Venus spent the weekend serving up sport couture. Is that couture?
Yeah. Couture. There you go.
In Paris as they walked the runway at Vogue World. So let's check out what they wore. So you can see Serena, or actually Venus, she walked the runway in front of hundreds gathered at the Paris, I guess it's Vidomi, in custom dress by French designer Marine Serre, who is a former junior tennis player. So Venus's dress is made out of recycled tennis bags.
If you would have never told me that, I would have thought that was just, some fabric put together. But I mean, like that's pretty dope that her outfit is made out of, you said old tennis bags?
Tennis bags, yeah. So
old
it's like
tennis bags.
You can see like the zipper.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very much couture for sure.
All right. And then Serena, she her dress is, of course, has off-white, and she met you told me earlier that she had a lot of criticism.
Yeah, I had saw someone post about her walk, and they were very, very just negative in the comments about it. And I thought Serena did a wonderful job. If you saw bits and pieces of the show, it was very lively. You see Tiana Taylor's performance, but I mean, I thought Serena did great. I thought her personality showed, and I as a model, I love those type of shows where you can show a little bit of your personality too, and you're not just there with this stank face, that's the model face.
I thought the model was.
No, see, now would you want to buy something off of someone who look mean?
So do you smile when you model?
It depends.
Oh, okay.
It depends.
Okay.
So
what?
It depends on obviously the show, because the standard kind of the face that you was given a little bit.
Give me your model face.
My model face. So if I'm walking, so let's just say I'm walking, right?
Uh-huh.
I kind of go up. I go down with my face up and down, up and down. But if I'm for instance, the Critique is a really huge fashion show here, and they have everything from streetwear to your couture gowns and things like that.
Okay.
But you see that a lot of people are able to showcase their personality. So something like that.
So you.
Yeah, I can I can interact with the crowd.
Really?
I can smile a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, but if I'm I've done New York Fashion Week, and it was very down and back.
Oh,
There, you showcase have my hands on my hips.
Okay. So you was
sashaying down. We need to get you on the runway.
You do, so I can go down there because I'm doing mine. I'm like,
oh Lord,
put me on the end of the runway like this.
He looked like some the kid taking a picture for kindergarten. It's school day pictures for Steve.
You gotta have that. See, that's the thing. You gotta have that Kool-Aid smile. You gotta be happy to be there.
You gotta come to my modeling classes.
All right, I'm there. Just
right.
tell me when I. So the guys, of course, are different. So am I walking? Am I just like my hands in my pockets? Am I have my hands out my pockets?
I always tell my students I do feel like the guys have it much easier than the females. Obviously, we may be wearing something floor length. We may be wearing heels. We may have a bag as well.
Oh, okay.
Whereas like guys, like I think that's my son in the background. He's giving a wave. But the guys, I just feel like as long as y'all got swag.
Yeah.
And y'all can like.
I got swag.
You got swag, okay.
I come down there like
Jesus.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. As y'all can see, it is Take Your Child to Work Day. TJ. Not me trying to parent in the middle of podcasting.
All right, so Jamarcus Russell out as a high school football coach, accused of stealing donations. So if you guys remember Jamarcus Russell, he was former number 1 NFL draft pick with the Raiders from Mobile, Alabama. And he's facing a lawsuit that is accusing him of stealing the money.
Well, Jamarcus, why you steal the money? Well, it's accusing him. So it has been proven, though, that he did take it?
So basically, Jamarcus was getting donations for the high school. He's a volunteer coach, and he was getting donations for the high school. And a donation of a check of $55,000, $22,000 of it came up missing. And they said that he deposited the $55,000 check and withdrew the $55,000 check. So they don't know what happened to $22,000 of that money.
Gotcha. Well, Jamarcus, maybe you should have somebody else oversee.
And that's the thing.
The money moving
That's the thing.
forward.
It's like, all right, you played at the highest level that you can play. You went to this high school. You played at LSU. You then go on to play a few years in the league, quarterback. Now, we're not saying that he was great. If you guys remember Jamarcus Russell, he was the guy that the team gave him tapes. He was supposed to watch film. And they gave him blank film tapes. They brought him in on Monday and was like, hey, what'd you think about the tapes? And he didn't watch.
Oh, he didn't watch. So they did it on purpose.
They did it on purpose because they knew he wasn't watching film.
My goodness.
Yep. So that was his claim to fame.
My goodness.
And of course, he was quickly out of the league.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, because I feel like this isn't the first time we've heard these type of stories when it comes to like the whole charitable aspect of it, money coming up missing. I feel like this is greed.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. It's like you made millions. You was the number 1 draft pick in the NFL. Like you had a guaranteed contract.
Yeah.
You had guaranteed money. So it's like, what happened to all your money? Now, of course, he was said at that time to go buy like big chains and cars and all sorts of jewelry, taking care of a bunch of people, partying.
Gotcha.
And so, of course, if you're going to do that and not be in the league that long, that money's going to run dry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so the NCAA votes to remove marijuana from banned substance lists for college athletes. So the NCAA, the largest governing body in intercollegiate sports, has announced that marijuana and cannabis products will be removed as banned drug class for college football's postseason and Division I championships.
I feel like maybe about time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like marijuana is like the one substance that a lot of people use, right?
That's true.
A lot of athletes, some of the best athletes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe it's just time for it to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if are there like rules, boundaries?
So within the NCAA, of course, they only govern the championships.
Okay.
So basically, when you go to the NCAA tournament for basketball, and then for football, when they have their end of the season like SEC championships, things like that. They govern that. Now they leave it up to the schools and the different divisions. So Big 12, SEC, all those schools to govern. They govern accordingly.
Yeah.
And what they said was like, since so many, I believe the numbers are 22%. Of college athletes used marijuana in 2013 and 25% in 2017. So they're saying among all of athletes surveyed, 40% of college athletes right now use cannabis.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it, especially now that it's becoming legal in a lot of states.
Yeah.
They don't have to sneak to really do it.
True.
So, but yeah, I just hope they don't show up to the games and practices high. Like, so maybe I don't know. That would be like pretty awful.
You know what? Now that the league, like the NBA, doesn't test for marijuana anymore, and a lot of these former athletes that do different podcasts and things like that, they talk about how much they used marijuana while they were playing. Like a lot of these guys, hey, I showed up high to different games. And now that I'm thinking about it, I look back on how these guys played, it looked like they were high.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
what's one that like comes to mind?
A couple of guys that do All the Smoke. The All the Smoke podcast.
Which one is that? Is that the
Steven Jackson?
Matt Barnes?
Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can totally see Matt Barnes.
So and that's the thing, that All the Smoke originally it was talking about, the sports and marijuana. They smoked marijuana on their podcast.
Yeah.
And since they went to mainstream, they had to, alleviate the smoking during the podcast.
Okay.
And they still called All the Smoke.
Okay. Well, okay, I can absolutely totally see that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, WNBA superstar Asia Wilson blasts women's sports, just women's sports, for basically criticizing her shoe logo. So WNBA superstar Asia Wilson blasted a media company, Just Women's Sports, because they were talking about her logo.
Yeah.
And my thing is, like, if you're going to talk about the women's logo, you've got to at least, leave it up to your social media, your platform, or whatever. You need to, like, I guess, ask the company what the logo, because you have the logo, right? And if you're going to put it out there and you're talking about it on social media, you need to, like, have some type of poll or something. Don't just, this isn't
right.
It looks good. This doesn't look good.
And I think it was how they went about it, because didn't they use a cuss word to go along with it as well? So I do think, and obviously Asia, I feel like she is one who is vocal. She knows how to share her opinion. So it's like,
of course she does.
At that moment, and then too, like, her point was, this is supposed to be like a women's media outlet,
of course,
and you're going about it in the wrong way. We're all never going to agree with everything that is out there.
And you should.
Exactly, you shouldn't. That makes the world go round, right? But I do think how they went about it was the wrong approach.
And Asia took to, is it Twitter or is it X?
She
took to one of them. It's X. She took to X and said, I get people are going to have their own opinions and think pieces, and that's fine. And all fine and dandy, and it's part of it. But y'all lame as F, coming from the site that's supposed to be for us, meaning for women.
Yes.
But bet it up. The A collection is to be so much fun and a great collection for women.
Yeah. So good for her for speaking up and defending her logo, her brand.
All right, so Netflix has announced a new docuseries called Sprint.
I saw that. It's supposed to be for the fastest humans.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like what's Usain?
So it's going to be with Sha'Carri Richardson, Noah Lyles, Sharika Jackson, and some other.
So these are like some newer people that's on the map. Okay, cool.
And it's what it's going to do is going to bring a lot more notoriety to USA track and field.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's definitely great timing for it, because we're about to, head over to the Paris Olympics.
Of course.
And I think over the time, like, we've grown to love Sha'Carri Richardson even more, just, learning about her story.
Yep.
I think someone said it best, just going back to the whole marijuana situation, right? Like, they said we almost lost someone at their peak over something as dumb as marijuana, right?
Yeah.
So I do like these types of documentaries, because it does kind of like show that human side. And just going back to the whole camp that we're at today, I think that when you see the human side to some of our greats, the people we look up to, you connect with them more.
Right.
So you want to learn from them or whatnot. So we'll see what Sprint, the fastest humans, will be about.
And we see a lot of these podcasts, not only podcasts, but then the docuseries that are put on by Netflix, and it just goes and shows like the behind the scenes of what these folks going through.
Yeah.
And they're going to go from, I guess they started this following like all these athletes from 2003 to current. So I think that'd be cool.
So you said 2003? So I mean, they're going way back into the archives.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what, over 20 years?
2023. Sorry.
Oh, 2023. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say okay. They really going back into the archives.
Yeah, and it's crazy too that they in as much as I guess flack that you can say Sha'Carri Richardson had gone through, Noah Lyles as well. That they allowed them to kind of be, because sometimes you get these guys that do the training and they want to shut people out, and they want to zone in. You're getting ready to compete you're training for 4 years for what, 90 seconds?
Yep.
And for them to allow cameras to come in and kind of be a distraction a little bit, I think that's dope.
Yeah, same. Again, I think it just shows that, they're human. It almost shows kind of like the how humble they are to be in this position to share it with everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have a couple of guests, and we'll get to our Hater to Love It segment. We'll be right back. This is the W Show.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, back in on the W Show right here at Kaufman School. This is a great event.
Yeah.
And you just think about, we talk about how much giving back means to the people of Kansas City. We have one of the guys that helped put this event on, Shaquille Harrison, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. Today's been fun, and, to see the kids come out here from middle school and high school has been, really amazing, and to see everybody from the city come together.
And talk about just the reason that you wanted to help and put this event on.
Honestly, to give back to the guys that gave back to me when I was little. I remember being at camps like this and, looking up to the guys, and it will help me, strive to want to be better at basketball, want to reach the heights that I have reached. So, why not do that with the influence that I have now and, give back to, the kids that I want to see excel at the level that I have, and keep the community and the Kansas City name alive.
Yeah. I was going to say, definitely keeping that Kansas City name alive. Now, what do you hope the kids walk away with today, the impact?
Honestly, the main thing is that it's possible. Anything that you put your mind to is possible, and also knowing that this game of basketball can take you a long way outside of just the sport itself. I've met so many people through this game of basketball, has taken me places and networked with a ton of companies, a ton of people that have been an impact in my life, not only just from playing the sport, but just outside and in general, you know what I mean? So, yeah, hopefully that this sport is bigger than what you can truly imagine, what you can take it.
Yeah.
And we were talking to Quinn Day earlier, and just talking about how, like, when we were young, there weren't guys that, if there were one or two maybe that put on different camps, but now you guys have so many guys that are here that actually play professional and made money doing this. How important is that for the kids in Kansas City?
Man, very important. And just like a prime example, Quinn Day, like, that's a guy that we looked up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to this day, his name like rings bells in my ears, because like that's like the first one in Kansas City guys like high school, just like dang, like I want to go to see Quinn Day play a basketball game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so like that's a prime example of why we do this, because of guys like him.
Yeah. Now, of course, Ish was doing this last year. When you came on board, did you know it was gonna be this big?
Honestly, I didn't know what to take from him. I knew it could possibly be, a great situation, but we have, a lot of people that put a lot of hard work into this, and, put a lot of effort into it. And so I knew it was going to be some good of a turnout, but this was amazing. I don't want to say it over exceeded my expectations, because I felt like Kansas City was going to come out for this, but it's amazing to see.
Of course. And it's a whole weekend full of events too.
No, absolutely. Now, is this a winner's circle that you all could maybe see expanding to other cities?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for the cities that, that like we played in, from colleges or to even for NBA cities, and, have this thing really grow and, reach the children that we're trying to reach.
And what's one message that you give to the kids that you want them to take away from this?
Work hard. Keep the joy in this game. You know what I mean? I'm a Christian man, so put Jesus Christ first and let everything else take care of his plans.
Amen. That's the collection plate.
Shaq, we don't want to take up too much more of your time, man. You've been in the league, of course, NBA veteran. What do you? I guess how much more in the league you have to give, man? You're still a young guy. You're still a young guy.
In the basketball world, I'm 30 now, and once you hit that age, you start thinking about things. But I think I got a lot more left in the tank. You know, I don't know how many years left, but I must just continue to grind and go hard as I possibly can. I feel great right now, so you never know. It might lead to 40, 37, 35. Who knows? But I'm just taking it year by year at this point.
My last question for you, I got to ask you, man. I don't know if you have kids yet, but LeBron and Bronny, what do you think about that?
I mean, that's amazing. Like, you see it in baseball, I believe, possibly seen it in football. I'm not 100% sure about that. But basketball is really hard because, the longevity really shows for LeBron. And I play with LeBron, so it's like I've seen him take care of it. I've seen him work hard. So it's just like it's not many people like him that can do it. And then his son also, who is super talented. It's hard to make the NBA. It's hard to make it to those levels, and let alone to be in your family with the father-son duo is truly amazing.
Yeah.
Super dope.
History.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Time for sure.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back here live for the Winner's Circle with more guests.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings.
W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Back here live on the W Show right here from the Winner's Circle weekend at Kaufman High School. What's happening? Ishmael Wainwright, friend of the show, family man, joining us, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank y'all for having me, man.
For sure. Thank you for having us and allowing us to be a part of this, man. Let's talk about this event, man, and what it means to you to bring this to Kansas City.
Man, it's more than just me. It brings back memories. My pops, I'm pretty sure my pops would be doing something like this. And if he was still here with us right now, he would be loving this right now.
For sure.
But man, it means everything. We didn't have this growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
But for me, Shaq, and Charles, and Kendall and Ryan to do this stuff and continue to do it is growing every year. It's growing every single year, and then it's a blessing, man, to see this how it's growing.
What was that feeling like when you walked in and you saw the line? When I walked in, the line was literally out the door.
It's emotional, but it's like I said, it's a blessing because this is just we're trying to show these little kids it's more to it.
Absolutely.
It's not just basketball. It's not just like even a field day today. Like I want them to see what's going on. The business talk that we had the other night. I want them to see that. Like it's not just sports that can help you get out of the city, but if you rap, you rap. If you sing, you're a singer. If you're a doctor, you're a doctor.
Yeah.
If you a painter, be a painter.
That's right.
You know, do what you do. There's other ways than just in the streets. But.
And what's one thing you want these kids to take away from this camp today?
Like that right there. There's other ways to make it out of Kansas City.
Okay.
And to be rich or whatever they want to be wealthy. That's really it. There's other ways, honestly. My mind is all over the place. I'm sorry. It's more ways to make it out of Kansas City. But I can't even think right now. I'm
Well, what's been your favorite part so far?
Seeing the kids laugh, have fun.
Yeah.
For real. Like asking me questions, even being okay with like messing up. I tell them it's okay to mess up.
Yeah.
I mess up every day on the court. I work out every single day. I mess up 10 times at that workout, probably more. But it's okay to mess up. But seeing these little kids have fun, it's a free camp. Like, I know parents is, struggling. They're struggling. Yeah. But it's all right though.
Yeah.
They up here having fun, dribbling, doing things that they love. Even the young ladies, they were kind of like shy at one point. I'm like, nah, can't be shy.
Yeah.
Go and kick these dudes' butt.
Yeah.
That's what they
It's
did.
our time.
It's their time, man.
And last thing for you, man. You said you tell kids it's okay to mess up. What's one quote that you want them to leave with?
My quote that my pops always told me, and it's circling around, finally got it tattooed on me: stay ready so you have to get ready.
Oh, that's right.
So when you're at home and just perfect your craft, get off 2K. No offense, I love 2K. I love 2K, and it's crazy even hearing, hey, I played with you on 2K the other day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I still, okay, you did that. Now go outside and go work on your craft.
Right.
Like go to the garage and work on your craft. Now we got flash hoops. So now it's like you can put your phone up and work on your math with, with your handles and stuff like that. So hey, stay ready, so you have to get ready.
Yep. Appreciate you, my man.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, that has been the W Show 100.1 FM right here from the Winter Circle Weekend. Ishmael Wainwright, Shaquille Harris, the basketball camp. We'll be back next week. The W Show 100.1 FM. We out of here.
Next year we have the Dr. Ryan on the board again to get y'all on. All right? Thanks, man. Beautiful. All right, so right now, we got 2 things. Please listen to. All right? It's not your ball. Put it on the rack. Okay, so if it's not your ball, you're going to do what? I need a louder. If it's not your ball, you're going to do what? Then you're going to come right here in the middle. Actually, I want it right here so we can see the top of the sign. All those spread out. Your family. All right, take a picture. Get close to each other. All right, you got it? You got it? And then, hold on. When you leave, you will go out.